Yo, what's up, sports bettors? So today we are going to discuss the math behind two promos I decided to bet. The first one is this college basketball super boost on Fanduel. Both Duke and Notre Dame to win, boosted from plus 140 to plus 180. Is it any good? How do we know if it's any good? And you can see I bet it, so it's good, and we'll go through the math. And the second promo is Game of the Week Wednesday on DraftKings. You bet on the Nets Bulls game. You bet $50, and DraftKings will give you 50 cents in a free bet for every three-pointer made in the game. So how do you know if this is profitable or if this is not profitable? Again, I have a ton more bets placed today, but I'm giving these out on TikTok just because it's much faster. Bets from the OddsJam positive EV page of mathematically profitable bets. So I have a ton more bets placed from the OddsJam plus EV page, but follow those on TikTok so you can see them in real time, like a minute after I bet them. The video will be posted, and then hopefully, you can tail some of them and we'll make money together. So let's now dive into the math behind these two promos. So the first thing I did was I just looked up. I was actually a little surprised. These numbers were lower than I thought, but NBA three-pointers made per game. So the Bulls are averaging 11.7 and the Nets are averaging 11.1. So if we go here, you can see I have these two numbers, which we'll use when we back out the value of the DraftKings promo. So the Bulls are averaging 11.7 threes per game. The Nets 11.1. So we're expecting, 22.8 threes in the game, which means we're expecting an 1140 free bet from DraftKings, which you can see right here. Expected free bet is 1140. So we'll go through the math of this one first. What I ended up betting is right here. I went with the Nets. Nope, that's not the right game. It's right here. I ended up going with the Nets plus 105. And you can see it's not a good price, right? Caesars is giving you plus 110. Westgate is. WinBet is plus 105 isn't a good price, but we have to place a $50 bet to be eligible for the promo. So I placed it on the Nets at plus 105 odds on DraftKings. You can see the market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is plus 109 Nets, minus 120 Bulls. So a very tight market. And if we throw that in to a no-vig odds calculator, you can see that the fair price for the Nets to win this game would be roughly plus 114. And we got plus 105, which is obviously worse. And that implies that the Nets are 46.73% to win the game. So we're taking the market from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. We're removing the juice, removing the vig to get an estimate of what is the win probability for the Nets, right? This is the industry standard in terms of figuring out estimated win probabilities for teams. And it's 46.73% for the Nets. So we'll add that in right here. So the Nets are 46.73% to win the game, and we're betting $50 plus 105 odds. So our profit if we win is $52.50, and we're expecting an 1140 free bet from DraftKings. So I'll go back to this Nets game very briefly. And what I said, and I've discussed this in other videos, is free bets are not as good as cash, right? Because if your free bet wins, you don't get back your stake. If I place a $25 free bet on a team at plus 100 odds and that team wins, I don't get back my $25 stake in the free bet plus my $25 of profit for the team winning. I only get back the profit. So free bets are inherently worse than cash, but what we can assume is you can usually convert your free bets into cash by hedging on another book at a rate of at least 70%. If you're checking OddsJam frequently, this low holds page, it's under betting tools. So betting tools, low holds, it's completely free. It's a completely free feature of OddsJam. If you want to convert your free bets into cash risk-free, use this page, right? So you just go to betting tools, low holds, you hit this little button, filter by sportsbook, you put in DraftKings, and then you let it load. You let OddsJam figure out the best free betting opportunities for you, and then you filter by conversion percentage. So you can filter by hold percentage, which you'd use if you have, site credit, let's say, or a deposit bonus, but we'll filter by conversion percentage because this is a free bet. And you can see right now, if I had an $100 free bet on DraftKings, I could convert that into $77.59 in cash risk-free. right, just by placing a hedge bet, right? So if I had a $100 free bet, I could put that on Raiders minus 6.5 plus 450, place $375 roughly on the hedge line of Bengals plus 6.5, which is available on either TwinSpires or Unibet, and I would convert my free bet directly into $77.59 in cash with no risk. So again, usually you can get better than 70%, but to be conservative in figuring out if this promo is any good, I'll say, the average free bet conversion rate we're going to get is 70%. So the Bulls and Nets, they're averaging 22.8 threes per game. So our expected free bet for betting on this promo on DraftKings is $11.40. We're expecting $11.40 in free bets. Free bets are worth 70 cents on the dollar. So the EV of this promo in terms of the free bets DraftKings is giving us is $7.98, right? Which is just our expected free bet times 70%. So we're expecting to get $7.98 in free bets. And now we can back out the EV of this promo. So regardless of who wins or loses, we're expecting to get roughly $8 in free bets from DraftKings, but our bet at plus 105 odds, it's not like a good bet. It's not a good price on the Nets, but we bet it because we have to bet $50 for this promo. So I'm getting $7.98 in expected value from these free bets. And then I have a bet where I'm winning, $52.50 in profit, 46.73% of the time. So 46.73% of the time, according to betting markets, the Nets are going to win this game. And then the rest of the time, we're going to lose our stake of $50. So $50 times 1 minus our win percentage. So that means the EV of this promo is $5.88, right? So it's definitely a profitable promo. You definitely want to take advantage. As always, if you have questions about this math we just went through, I know it's a lot of numbers and I'm not exactly the most, well-spoken of the bunch we have here, but we're getting $5.88 in EV on a $50 bet, which means that the edge of this promo or the profit margin of betting on this promo is roughly 12%. So it's a promo good by roughly 12% just due to the expected free bets from the Bulls and Nets making threes. So definitely a promo you want to bet. Again, I locked it in right here. And next we'll look at this Fanduel promo. So I'll go here, again, use the low holds page. You want to convert your free bets directly into cash. This is a free feature on OddsJam. Betting tools, low holds. If you want to learn more, hit this question mark. Filter by the sportsbook where you have your free bet. If your free bet's on, BetMGM, or let's say if your free bet's on Unibet, you can put in Unibet, and then you can sort by conversion percentage right here, and you'll see the best betting opportunities for turning your free bet directly into cash. Like you can see on Unibet right now, I can get a free bet conversion percentage of 83.64, which means I can convert every dollar in a free bet into 83 cents, right? Roughly 83 cents. So use this tool. It's completely free to convert your free bets into cash. So next, let's go through the Fanduel promo. Again, it's right here. I bet it. Duke and Notre Dame both to win, boosted to plus 180. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what is the win probability for Duke and for Notre Dame. Once we have those numbers, these games are uncorrelated, so we can just multiply those numbers together to get the joint win probability, which is the win probability for our parlay. So I'll go here. I'll exit out of this. Here we have Wake Forest Duke. You can see Duke is a pretty big favorite. The market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, is minus 236 Duke, plus 194 Wake Forest. So we can go to the no vig odds calculator, which again is just right under calculators, and we can put in Pinnacle's market, minus 236, plus 194 for Duke, and that is implying that Duke is 67.37% to win the game. So Duke is 0.6737, and then we'll run the numbers for Notre Dame very briefly. Notre Dame is less favored, but still favored, minus 147 plus 125. So I'll go right here, minus 147 plus 125, and you can see that this implies that betting markets from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, Pinnacle, are implying that Notre Dame is 57.25% to win this game. So 0.5725. And what we can do is we can then multiply these numbers together to get the win probability of this odds boost on Fanduel, or super boost as they call it. So the win probability for Duke and Notre Dame, the probability that this parlay hits, is 38.57, right? 38.57% of the time, our bet is going to win. The rest of the time, we're going to lose. So now we can back out our EV. So we're winning $90 in profit, $50 staked at plus 180 odds. We're winning 38.57% of the time. The rest of the time, so 1 minus our win probability, we're losing our stake of $50. And you can see, let me just extend this a bit. The EV of this bet is $4, right? So our edge is $4 in expected profit on a $50 stake. This bet has an edge of 8%. So it's a profitable promo. It's not insane, but an 8% profit margin is still pretty great, right? Like 8% in a day, it's only $50, but you get a profitable bet. You have a fun bet to watch. Like, definitely place this super boost. So we're getting 2 profitable bets, $4 in EV on Fanduel, roughly $6 in EV on the DraftKings promo. So we just locked in roughly $10 in value by placing these 2 promotional bets. If you were only to bet on one of the 2 promos, you should place the bet on DraftKings on the Nets game, $50 on roughly anything, because the profit margin is higher. So those are the 2 promos we locked in today. Again, any questions you have about OddsJam, sports betting, which promos are profitable, what sports books are in my state, anything at all, you can reach out to us. We're happy to help. And there are other promos out there on other sports books, but again, I'm just trying to focus on the main promos on DraftKings and Fanduel because the most people have these sports books. And then finally, follow me on TikTok, where I'm placing a bunch of plus EV bets. I'm giving out my plays, and you can hopefully tail them if you are fast. Again, great lines. They don't last forever. You got to be able to move quick. So that's all I have. Thanks so much for your time, and have a great night. Hopefully our bets